and then we'll... Wait a minute! This is organized somewhere. Is there somebody with a microphone? Microphone's in the center. How are they getting up? Just walk up and ask a question. And be in the spotlight, and everybody's going to look at you. Don't feel embarrassed or anything. Somebody's walking this way with a purpose. Do you have a question coming this way? All right, come on in there, baby. There you go. Okay. Oh, you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What's your question?
Okay. Are you going to play your own character's great-grandfather in the next Star Trek movie?
Oh, Lord. So, there's this rumor that when the first Star Trek movie was being made, rumor that, J.J. Abrams and they're going to ask me, and then they're going to ask Leonard, and I said, I call Leonard Leonard's one of my great friends, and I call him, have you heard from J.J. Abrams? No, I haven't heard. So it goes on, and finally Leonard says, yeah, they contacted me. I've read the script. I'm not allowed to tell you anything about it. You're my best friend. What goes on? What are you doing? Who's doing what? Am I in it? Bill, I can't tell you anything. Which begins a sort of conversation in public that I begin to have with J.J. Abrams. I keep texting to the world my next message to J.J. Abrams, like, how come I'm not in it? What do you want Leonard for? I'm better. So things like that. So finally, I get to meet JJ. I invite him out for sushi, and I take him out, and we have a great time. And no, I'm not in it, and Leonard is, and they found young Captain Kirk, and he's better looking and more talented, and he's just all around better than you, Bill. That was Leonard talking. So I have some fun in print with JJ back and forth about my not being in Star Trek. Actually, I don't know how they would have put the older Captain Kirk in with the young. I don't know how you do that. And also, you may have noticed I'm not the same. My cells have changed. Let's see, in 40 years. My cells have changed 7 times, okay? So this is the 7th iteration of this body. How do you fit the old Captain Kirk in with the young Captain Kirk? I don't know. So they're going to make another movie, and I guess in a year, and meanwhile, I've become sort of acquaintance buddies with J.J. Abrams, and I don't know what the future will bring apropos of Star Trek, but I'll tell you what I am doing about Star Trek. I'm doing a documentary. I'm directing and being in a documentary in which I get to interview all the captains of Star Trek.
Wow.
Thank you. I'm in the middle of doing it right now. I've just come 3 days ago. I was interviewing Scott Bakula. Spent 5 hours with him on a horse and in a Mexican restaurant, having great fun listening to him. And at the same time, what I'm having the captains do is to interview me. So we tell anecdotes and experiences of our life and what we think and feel. And I'm going to do that with Patrick Stewart. I'm flying to England in a week to be with Patrick, and then flying to New York to be with Kate, and so it goes. So there's that. Then, a couple of guys who did Free Enterprise. Do you remember the film? Well, we're doing a sequel, Free Enterprise 2. So they've got me involved in some fun stuff, and I'll be shooting that in the next month or so. And then, so those are the 2 Star Trek things. I have this talk show called Raw Nerve. I don't know if anybody's seen it. So they've renewed that for a third season. So now I'm going to go and interview 13 celebrities and try and find a raw nerve there. But then there's a fourth show. Well, another show called Aftermath, which I was sold to A&E and Bio. I'm not sure whether it'll appear on A&E or Bio, but I know the opening is on A&E, and that will be in late July. The aftermath of things crimes and events that happened 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago that occupied all our attention, and then 2 weeks later we forgot about it because something else came up. Well, I'm doing the aftermath. And for example, I talked at great length to Dave Kaczynski, the brother of Kaczynski of the Unabomber, yes, Unabomber Kaczynski. What was his first name? Ted, Theodore. Ted Kaczynski's brother, Dave, talked to me. Ted is in jail, can't talk. But the aftermath of all that is incredible. The opening show, they went, A&E asked me to do 2 hours instead of 1, is on the DC Sniper. And we're talking to Lee Malvo, and we've got new information, and it's a sensational show called Aftermath. Will be on either A&E or Bio in August. Then there's Weird or What, which is sort of a science show about weird things that happen and how to explain them. And then, of course, there's this half-hour comedy called Bleep, My Father Says, which is the guy who wrote the original stuff Twitter's wrote a book, and the book is on the bestseller list called Bleep, My Father Says. And so there's a half-hour comedy coming out in September. I'll start filming in August. I got a lot of work to do. I'm tired just talking about it.